All right, it's Monday. Let's do a little update here. There's Hercules chilling back on the floor. Good morning, friends. I'm out in the front part of the studio here. We're just wrapping up a weekend of the drum recording workshop here at the studio, and it went really well. I'm super excited, but look at this beautiful day. I can't really say it is just absolutely gorgeous morning.
I don't know if I've shown this yet. This is the podcast set and vacuum for the pod. If we go back over here, you can see the producer board, sound effect, soundboard, mics, the whole thing. This Rodecaster Pro 2, if you're thinking about doing any content in general or podcast stuff, is the absolute best. But yeah, this is a rental house. Right, so this is the living room. I wanted just a comfortable hang for people who come to the studio, but also a dedicated podcast set, so I wouldn't have to switch over.
When we were upstairs in the bonus room, every time I do a podcast, I have to turn the whole room around, which is a pain in the butt and has, it was just not cool. So this is much better.
Impromptu little tour here. All the drums, or some of the drums.
So the workshop went really, really well. I learned a lot, and I think I've spoken with the attendees, and they were all really grateful and excited, and we did a giveaway. Congrats to Isaac, who won a 96-point TT patch bay from Black Lion Audio. Everyone got drum samples, and we had some food, some fun, recorded some drums, touched a lot of microphones and knobs. It was really cool. So again, thanks to everyone who came out this weekend, including Andy Gray. Andy Gray, by the way, works at Drum Supply here in town. A very talented drummer, very talented drum doctor. The guy just knows a lot about drums, and he volunteered and was here explaining things about the drum itself, because that was a big part of the drum workshop, is actually learning about the drums and how to make them sound the ways that you want to get the sounds that you want. So thank you, Andy, for coming out. It was really great to have you here. You were a lot of fun. He was also rocking the drum kit while we were getting sounds and listening to different things. So it's got me thinking. One of the guests, after we finished, immediately was like, "Dude, you need to do more of these." And this round of doing it was really a beta test for me to learn, how to do one well. So I had some help with my interns here who helped capture some of it on video, and were just extra hands in the studio. And I wanted to thank everyone for coming. So I am planning on doing more of these, and maybe we'll do some more on sort of just general recording practices, because most of these themes and topics and techniques and strategy and stuff like that all really do apply to everything else in the recording and production process. Recording drums does seem to be a topic that sticks with people, where others seem to have sometimes a tough time with it. There is a lot that goes into it. So I'd love to hear if you're watching this and you were interested in coming to this, or you're interested in coming to a future one, what you'd like to see in a future event. Likely I'll try and do it in another studio that's a little larger, so we can have some more guests. I think it was the perfect amount of people here, but it would be fun to go into a bigger space, get some more participants there, and maybe bring in a band or something like that. I think that would be a fun way to do it. So if you have any ideas on what might be a fun studio to do it in, maybe a location. Obviously, I'm here in Nashville, so I would love to do it here. And I know a lot of studios here in Nashville, so I'm sure we could find a good spot here in town that has plenty of space. But maybe it would be fun to do it in some other cities as well. It's just sort of like coordinating the whole event and then getting people there. One of the things that we did on day 2 is we actually took all of my mics down and put up a bunch of inexpensive SM57s, Beta 52s. We tried some SE microphones, in particular the Voodoo Ribbon mics. I'm gonna do a separate video on the SE thing, but those Voodoo Ribbon mics rule. I'm sorry, they're awesome and very, very affordable. So yeah, we'll do more in the future, and it was a lot of fun. And if there's any feedback on days that work better for you, or ticket price or location or anything like that, just give me any feedback you can down below so I can sort of accommodate it. It might be interesting to also have a guest. So if there's anyone who you think would make a good guest at an event like this, I'd love to get your opinion on it down below. Also, I touched on this in my Beat Detective video, which if you didn't watch and you're using Beat Detective and you're trying to get better, or you haven't used it, you're in Pro Tools. One of our guests this weekend used Pro Tools but had never used Beat Detective because he didn't know how to use it. Watch that video. It's going to show you everything that you need to know. But one of the things I mentioned in that video is I'm trying to get some cool studio mugs made that are made well, and this was like a beta test that I did. I learned a little bit the placement of text and where and quality of mugs and stuff. So once I get it sorted out, we'll do one more run, and then we'll get the shop up available so that people can get some funny mugs for the studio, because it is really hilarious. People walking around with basically memes on the mugs. If you know anyone in Nashville, suppliers, or have any advice on merch, I am just so unqualified for it and strapped on time. But I would like to get some merch going. I have some really fun ideas. Little update here. Here's one of the new things we've got here in the studio. I'm really excited to play around with. These are the WA-19 microphones from Warm Audio. Pretty slick little things. Heavy microphones, actually. I'm really excited. Also got some SE mics we're going to be checking out. Some inexpensive drum microphones that are a full kit. Also, studio tours. Okay, so if you found this channel and you didn't know, I have another channel it's just my name, Andrew Masters. It's a bunch of studio tours. There's a lot of studio tours over there. I am hoping to do some more tours, and I would like to get some really exciting guests for the tours. So if you know anyone who would make a good guest that you would like to see, please shoot me an email with the guest that you are thinking of, connect me to them, and then if you want to also expedite the ability to do them, go check out one of the courses that we have. There's currently 2 courses up, an intro to the studio and then a patch bay course. There's gonna be a lot more. I'm working on it. You could also pick up the Studio Kit drum sample pack, which we used this weekend. It is just a phenomenal drum sample pack. An incredible amount of drum loops in there, presets for Logic, Trigger, Battery, I think even Ableton. It's a great sample pack, but that's how I can fund these video shoots. Another update is most of our time in the past couple months here in the studio has been recording drums. You know, I talk a lot about recording drums. One, it's the whole reason I got into recording. It's the whole reason I got interested in working in a studio, was because I wanted to know how to make my drums sound cool. I play drums, and I've been playing drums on a lot of people's music recently. It's been super fun. I personally continue to learn. Every single time I record drums, I try something new. There's some things that I even try to do differently, and I just always get pulled back. We were joking around about it this weekend with the particular snare drum that I have, and I just always wind up coming back because it's such a good snare drum. But we've been doing a lot of fun sessions. If you're on Instagram and you know the producer John Strandell, also our in-house producer, that's another update, is Gabe is a friend of mine, an incredibly talented producer who used to work with me, helping me with the channel. He is now upstairs in my old studio, the one with the ceiling. He's up there now, producing out of there every single day. He has a project called Just Friends, and he produces for Mary Beth Bird and a bunch of other really talented artists. And we're down here tracking, doing a lot of drums, and we're collaborating on a lot of stuff, and it's been so fun. It's been so nice to have another producer in-house. I've really wanted to have sort of a community feel in the studio, so I'm not like coming here and feeling like it's just me and whatever I'm doing. Being able to collaborate musically and help him with his projects, and it's been really, really nice and really, really fulfilling to do each day. In addition to making these videos, look forward to sharing some of that stuff when it comes out. AndrewMastersMusic.com. Reach out. We can get some drums on your project. Yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a little update, a little impromptu check-in, see how you guys are doing. How are you doing? Thank you guys for watching. Again, let me know if you have any thoughts about future drum recording workshops and or maybe even future courses. I have some that are already in the works, but keep an eye out for